My earliest experience with pumpkin spice, well, I'm probably gonna say I was maybe around 7 or 8 years old, and I was watching TV and commercials came on, and it was like, you know, Dunkin Donuts, fall, pumpkin spice, all that fun stuff, and I was like, oh, what's that? But then I just remember there was this one day where I had like pumpkin bread, and I was like, yes, that's what I want. Pumpkin spice.
When I was around 14 years old at a Thanksgiving dinner, I had pumpkin pie for the first time. And usually I don't eat pie because I don't like apple or cherry pie, but for some reason pumpkin pie looked really good, so I tried it. When I started working for Dunkin Donuts, I was about 18 years old, and I was a barista for them, along with being a cashier. And during the times when it was quiet, the munchkins would be right behind me. So I would pop a few in my mouth every now and then. And I loved the glazed ones, and then in the fall season, the pumpkin spice ones came out. So it all started with the pumpkin spice munchkins, and then it ended up resulting in the coffee as well.
Well, I don't know if I would call it an addiction. Maybe something just more of, I really, really like it. Like I said, I had that first piece of, you know, pumpkin bread, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then it was just like, you know, maybe Dunkin Donuts wasn't so crazy after all. You know, so I went, got the coffee, got the latte, and it's like, this is really good. And I always have to have it now whenever it's around. I stockpile it when it's not fall just because I need it constantly year round. I mean, I don't know if I would call it an addiction, if more than just a survival mechanism.
Overrated pumpkin spice products. I would definitely say the gum. I've tried the pumpkin spice gum before, and it's just not the same. You don't get that fall flavor with it. And the dog collars. For some reason, when I put the pumpkin spice dog collar on my dog, I wanted to eat my dog, but I didn't do it. So I took it off, gave him a nice regular blue collar, and he looks like a good golden retriever now.
Perfume, for one. I don't think with pumpkin spice products, you know, the ones that are overrated are the ones that you can't eat. You know, that it just makes no sense. Pumpkin, it's a gourd, it's a food. You know, sure, I get it, maybe in potpourri, it makes it look all fall-y, but I mean, the real essence is in the taste. So, you know, you gotta have the literal seasoning, you know, the stuff you put in your coffee, stuff you put in, you know, bread or when you make cookies. But yeah, no, like, you know, Febreze or whatever, just that stuff, no, that's just too much.
Well, I think the word addict has a negative reputation with it. When you say the word addict, you think of like a druggie or someone who needs an intervention. And I wouldn't say I'm addicted, it's just something I have a love for, I'm very passionate about.
I don't think I would call myself an addict, really. I think I would really just call myself an enthusiast. You know, just like a cigar enthusiast, you know, likes his cigars, I like my pumpkin spice, you know, from the East Coast to the West Coast, North American, South American, European, anything you name it. I just gotta have it. I gotta try it. I got to explore it. I'm a connoisseur, and I think to call me an addict would just be, well, one, rude, and also, two, just really extreme. Where do I see pumpkin spice 10 years from now? Smell-o-vision. Because, you see, we're going towards this whole thing with convergence and technology. You know, every part of our lives, technology is related to it in some way. And, you know, I just think 10 years down the line, you know, the next iPhone or the next Android, it's just gonna have that compartment, you know, scratch and sniff, or like that little aerosol thing. I know I said aerosol thing is a little overrated, but I think that's just because the technology isn't there right now. In 10 years' time, you know, you'll get that authentic taste, that authentic smell that you get when you're eating pumpkin spice, just in that artificial sense. And, you know, just imagine, you know, you're sitting there with your VR goggles or your AR goggles, and you're in just a field of pumpkins, and you can smell them and all of that. It'd be great, really great.
I see it being in shoes. My shoes smell all the time, and it really stinks up my house, but what would make my house worthwhile if it smelled like pumpkin spice. So I think if they made like shoe soles that smelled like pumpkin spice, game changer, and it would also make your house smell cleaner, so I think people would definitely buy them, and something soon to come. I hope one day I can just be like a brand ambassador for pumpkin spice, because I mean, I even wear cologne with pumpkin spice, because I just, you know, when you walk by a girl, she's like, and boom, solid, game changer.